Hello class, and welcome to week 3, and we are moving right along. And we also still have this textbook issue that we're hoping to have resolved by Monday. I did get many of you writing to me about this. So for now, I don't know, on this last discussion, it clearly needed the textbook and didn't have it. And I think I was so confused and a little bit discombobulated as well, of not understanding why my books weren't in and not realizing how many people didn't have them. Had I really actually been able to process that in the middle of a busy work week, I would have just changed the assignment altogether. So I apologize. So let's just do this. If any of you didn't do the discussion from this last week, or you didn't finish it, just go in. You have until next Thursday to comment on 3 of your classmates' discussions. As much as you can. I at least wanted you to get exposed to kind of seeing what was being talked about. You don't have to do a lot. And I will give you the full points for them. So some of you, I already saw that that's kind of what you did, and I'm already giving you the full 15 points. That you basically said I didn't have the textbook, and you went ahead and commented on tried your best to get involved in the discussion. You may or may not have been able to have contribute that well, or you may have misunderstood because you didn't actually get to read the passages. It's a little bit of a botched assignment, but the idea of all of my assignments is to get you guys, to keep you engaged with this class and the subject matter. That's the whole point of why I give any assignment. Okay? So this leads me into trying to reiterate one more time what I'm looking for in my papers and notes, and what I really want you guys to from now on get clear. I feel like a lot of you are, and part of the problem is I'm seeing that not everybody's watching my lectures, because I can tell how many people are watching it. I know how many students I have in my class. And so I'm not sure exactly what I want to do to address that, because I guess ultimately, if you're a student who's not watching my announcement, you're not hearing this anyways, and you're not getting the information, and I'll just deal with that separately. The bottom line is, those of you who have been watching my videos and paying attention, you're doing well. You're doing great. And that's a significant amount of you. And ultimately, there's just some things I just really want to make clear again. So first of all, what is the point of any of my assignments? It's for you to demonstrate that you have a knowledge of the material we covered. That is what I'm looking for. So when I see notes, most of you really have the notes down. 99.9%. I mean, you guys are doing great on that. The only problem I'm seeing still, even though I addressed this in my last announcement, is that everything that's posted should be written on. Sometimes I'm going to actually have written on the lecture, like it'll be, when you click on to the lecture, it may say write 4 notes, because I might have a longer documentary and I want you to make sure you're really watching the whole thing. My whole point of the reason why I make you take notes and write these things down is because I need you to prove to me, I need you to be able to sit and commit and actually watch everything and listen to everything that's posted. Sometimes I put documentaries or news clips. You know, a lot of people did not write on lecture 12 when I had the news clip about the way that the book of Joshua is viewed by, let's say, Israelis and some evangelicals, and then the way that many historians and archaeologists are. I wanted you to tell me what that was about. And ultimately, remember, of course, no one was asked to agree with a particular point of view at all, just to demonstrate that you watched it. Some of you apologized and said you didn't even realize that. That's fine. I believe you. I'm not frustrated, but now we're in week 3. Everybody needs to be on board. Okay, if you want to get full points, you need to write notes on everything that's posted under the setting of lecture. And so just do that. If there's any question on this, please give me a call, okay, and I'll help clarify. But and that's for your benefit. And then in terms of the papers, when I tell you something like, and this is kind of a problem that I ran into a little bit, just grading a few of the papers that are due tonight. When I talk about giving me your own opinion and then documentation, the documentation is the first thing I'm looking for. Because, again, the whole point of my assignments are, did you actually follow what we covered? And so that's what I'm initially looking for. Where's the people, places, and dates of the material that we covered? And then I look in and see, okay, how did you integrate your own personal opinion into the information we covered? If I just want your interpretation of what's going on, just like to tell me in some sort of coffee shop talk manner, I would tell you that. But a point of this assignment, as with all of my assignments, is what? I'll say it again. For you to demonstrate that you actually have went over the material. Now, if you didn't have the book, that simply meant the notes, the lectures, and some of the video clips with the lectures, right? And so that's what I'm looking for. So I'm still going to grade easy this week, but in terms of moving forward, just please again remember, when it comes to Sunday's papers, think about what I'm asking in the question and think about that in context to what we covered. And then anything else, when I ask your opinion or to do a compare and contrast, make that somewhat secondary, because then what it is that your approach will complement the demonstration that you are engaged with this material. And that's what I'm looking for, okay? So I hope that that's very clear. I just want to say as a side note, if I'm seeing a little bit grumpy, I guess I'm tired like all of you guys, and we're all just kind of stressed out. The fact of the matter is, I think you guys are doing great. And I think that I'm more frustrated over this whole book fiasco, which is not the bookstore's fault. And just the way, these kind of things drive me nuts about everything that's going on in this country and the world right now. And that would be a whole nother topic. And that would be me shoving my opinion about politics and the world, which we don't need to do. The bottom line is, I got you guys back, okay? I will always take care of my students, especially when there's a glitch coming in from my end of the spectrum, which is the professor, institution, the college institution, whatever. And so I am extra busy, but I really do always want to encourage you guys to communicate when there's a question, there's a problem, anything like that. So I will wish you a very good week, and I think that's all I have to say for now. And you're going to learn a lot about the Greeks, and I think it's going to be really, really apparent to you right now, if it hasn't been apparent just yet, of how what we're talking about is going to be so directly addressed in the lectures coming up. The development of Western civilization. Bam! Here we are. You're going to learn about it. It's all good. I'm drinking my coffee. You drinking your coffee? No rest for the wicked, right? All right. Have a good night.